Be true to your art and respect people. Respect everybody, you know?
I kept creating because without music, my life is nothing. Like, that's all I know.
Don't listen to anybody that says that you can't do it.
If you really love it, you have to be able to do it for free.
All right, so welcome you two to the Get Busy podcast.
Thank you.
It is my lucky day to be in Santa Monica. I think we're in Santa Monica.
I lose track. I don't even know.
So I'm here with Hen-Gee and Rubyana, a musician, and we are going to crack the code on creativity today, or at least die trying, right?
Yeah, it's all 50 Cent.
Yeah, let's
Die
just
trying, right?
die trying.
Yeah.
So I wanted to you are an up and coming artist and musician, and I'm on a time stop here because you're so popular and we got to get you to the next interview, Rubyana.
Okay. I wish we would have planned it better. I honestly apologize for the rush.
No, this is not rush. This is just a conversation. But I thought we would start with you, Hen, on, you have a very storied career and you have been an influencer on an entire movement of music and culture. And in fact, you have said in other interviews that are not going to be as good as this one, that, having an impact on culture and history is something that you stand for.
Oh, yes.
And something that you will fight for. And so let's talk about your career in hip hop, how you came from Brooklyn to LA, and why this movement and your role in it matters.
Well, I came from New York with my brother Evil E, which is Ice-T's official DJ from the 80s to now. From Brooklyn, our family relocated from Weeksville Projects to here because it was getting cold and crazy over there. We did not want to leave, actually, because that was home. We didn't know anything else. We cried when we jumped on the airplane coming over here. But we appreciate that our parents did that for us because it was greater here. It's better here. It's easier. And plus, we did music back in Brooklyn. We were DJing, so bringing it here, there wasn't many DJs here. So we were playing in the Latino community. Our family's from Central America, from Honduras, so hablamos español también. So we talk Spanish. So we came out here and we migrated into Cudahy, next door to Cypress Hill. So those are the little homies out,
right?
Peace to Cypress Hill. So we met a lot of Latinos first, and we wanted to meet where the brothers was at. So where we was at, there was no brothers. So we heard Ice-T on the radio going Uncle Jam's Army. That was the first production company that actually Leor Cohen, that runs YouTube, partnered up with Russell Simmons and Roger from Uncle Jam's Army, rest in peace. And they brung out Dougie Fresh, Slick Rick, Curtis Blow. They brung those guys out. So we got into that movement via Ice-T. So my brother and I, we were basically the ones that took Ice-T from crime to rhyme.
How did you do that? Like, was there a plan? Were you an accidental tourist on this whole, the collaborations you've had throughout your career are astonishing. I mean, Curtis Blow, I'm sorry, is there anyone better? No.
He's the first.
He's the first.
Yes.
Yeah. So how did you, how did you do with that?
Well, we just was, our family's from Central America, so we started from nothing. So they came to New York with nothing. My father was a professional soccer player in Honduras. So, but when you leave the motherland to the other land, they don't leave. You can't take your jewels. So we were grinding, as they say, and that was our culture versus just making money because there was no money earlier. We were just liking to rock the house.
Right.
So we did it bilingually when we landed here, and it's just part of our DNA. That's what we do. We love hip hop, rhyming, making people wave their hands in the air, stuff like that. We're actually the first ones doing that out here. The Flavor Flav for Public Enemy, I was that for Ice-T without the clock. So, we just like to rock the house. And there was a lot of gangsters out here, and we enjoy entertaining people in general, whether you're blue rag, red rag, SA, whatever, KK, it doesn't even matter. So we were just used to rocking the house. You know what I mean? That's what we were used to doing, just rocking the house. So we met Ice, and we were the ones in the forefront rocking the house. And then we took it internationally when the record Colors came out, when the movie Colors came out. Beforehand, we did a lot of stuff, within the streets. So we were kind of the forefathers of this. I'm happy to say that we had a movie called Art of Rap. We do have one, and Ice-T was interviewing Dr. Dre, and then Ice asked Dr. Dre, yo, how did you get influence? And Dre said through Ice-T's record, 6 in the morning, because Boys in the Hood was a revision of 6 in the Morning, so that made me feel good. That was officially letting everybody know all that he say, she say, that we were the first ones doing the rap stuff out here, the
Right.
street stuff that the press calls gangster rap. So we rolled with the word gangster rap.
Right.
You know, so.
And would you say like you laid the foundation for other kinds of music, right?
Yes,
like
yes.
Pitbull made it okay and acceptable and almost mainstream,
Mhm.
right? Is that like what will be your legacy, to music and to culture?
Well, we're the forefathers of it. I was told that the other day with Cocaine, the rapper Cocaine, and Slink Johnson. I went to an event the other day and I document stuff that I do. So I don't really give myself a lot of props because it's just in my heart.
Yeah.
That's what I do.
Yeah.
I like being cool. You know what I mean? and no one intimidates me in this business because it's just like I'm spiritually connected. I know myself, so I know where I come from, so I know where I'm going. So I just like entertaining and I like making people happy, whether they're, dark or light, no
Right.
matter their energy, I'm saying, not color.
And it's so interesting, like reading your story and listening to the music you've influenced and created,
Mhm.
how it's not just about music,
Mhm.
right? What you do has influenced fashion, social media, the way we live, the way we consume. Like it is one of the most important movements in my lifetime, right? Like it has changed the perception of rap and hip hop
Mhm.
and Black culture. And it's I think, and I'm riffing here, that what you do is very, very important, and the influence that you have created will outlast you by centuries.
Thank you.
And so you just got back from Mexico
Yeah.
last night.
And I gotta give props to the
Literally
Brown
just
too,
last night.
because Puerto Ricans was in the forefront breakdancing
Yeah.
when we were doing it.
It's
They were
just-
rapping also.
Yep.
So
Yeah.
on that note, but
Yeah, it all comes together. And so this is where Rubyana, a new up and come next Shakira, I hear, talk to me about the next generation that's going to be influencers and impact not only music,
Mhm.
but culture, right? Let's talk about that. And Mexico, like what, and the type of music that you create, how you stay true to your art form without being influenced by the heavy hand of collaboration in music. So let's talk about Rubyana.
Okay.
Yeah,
Mhm.
let's go. What's the deal? What's happening?
Well, I met Rubyana through Cozy. Cozy's a partner of mine, and Cozy and Arvel met. Arvel met Rubyana at the gym, and he's a producer, very good producer. So Arvel got with Cozy, and then Cozy gave me a call because I'm his bilingual killer. I make it work. So and then we get along. So from there, we've been traveling. But she can tell you her story.
Yeah, I want to hear. I mean, you're young. You're 19.
Yeah, 19,
Yeah.
19 years. So I started when I was 10, and I was just, at first it was just a hobby at the time. So I'm actually really glad we're doing this in English because usually the interviews are in Spanish. And sometimes
She just had one in the car.
I
in
just had
Spanish.
one. So
Oh my gosh.
Sometimes when I'm like extra nervous, sometimes Spanish words will like trip me up. But like it's like every once in a while because Spanish is my second language. Like after turning 13 was when I barely started learning it. So sometimes I'll get caught up into it. But anyways, back to the story. So I started when I was 10. I always liked singing. It was just something I always did. Whenever I was bored, I would literally just make songs about trees, about lights. Like I just make up little melodies, little songs. So my mom picked up on that, and then after that, she was just like, I'm just gonna look for a little cheap singing class. So we found one like a block, like 3 blocks away. Started going there every like Fridays, and then from there, after like a year, was when other people started inviting me to swap meets. I started singing at swap meets every Saturday morning, and then from there they invited me to other events, to restaurants, and then from restaurants it went to festivals, and then to festivals it went to more interviews, and then
Forgot TV. I seen some TV.
Oh,
links
yeah.
your mom
And it
said I
also
wasn't aware of.
it also went to television. So I started at a swap meet, from a swap meet all the way to television.
Wow.
And that's crazy to even say out loud.
And it was the American Idols in Latin America in a sense, on
Wow.
a smaller level, but it was
Wow.
a few of them.
Yeah, like Televisa, and then just recently, oh my gosh, when I went on Televisa, I was like, one day I'm gonna be able to go to Univision, and that day was like what, like
2 weeks
2 weeks ago. So
Wow.
it's like it feels like my mom and I, honestly, I give all the props to my mom. She's the one that really pushed me. I was just
What about us? No props.
No,
I'm just
no,
kidding.
no.
Wait,
I'm
what's
joking.
going on there?
I'm talking about like when we just
I'm
started.
just kidding.
No, yeah, I'll get to that part. Hold up. Yeah, so it was just us for the longest time, and we were really just struggling. Like we were hustling. Like when it came to dress, like putting on the dresses, it came to her taking me back and forth to all of these different places. We live in Ontario, so you can only imagine how bad the traffic was at the time, and then her having to protect me from anyone that was kind of being like predatory kind of thing.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it was just a lot that went into it, and then just it was a lot of hard work. It was a lot of hard work, and it felt like I kind of just was going in circles for the longest time. But little did I know I was just improving
Right.
each time. And then one day in middle school, I finally realized how important it is to be disciplined and to be consistent.
Yeah.
If you really want to accomplish your dreams, like that's really important. After seeing the video, it's like a life-changing video for me from Denzel Washington. It was like a graduation speech. If you search it up on YouTube, you'll find it. But one of the teachers put it. And after that, I just started taking notes, and I just look at those
Say
notes.
that again though, because I think like what Denzel Washington said that influenced you so deeply, because I think it applies to everyone in
Oh, yeah.
life, right?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Say
It's
that
the most
again
important
so we
thing.
can get that clip.
So in middle school was when I realized how important being consistent and determined, and just how important hard work is. If you really want to go, if you really want to accomplish your dreams, like all you have to do is just keep going. Even if you keep getting doors closed at you, you just have to keep going. If you really love it, you have to be able to do it for free.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So that's what I learned. After that, I realized like I have to go after this every single day. That's why I'm not going anywhere. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
so
It's like a fire in your belly, right? You've got to
Yeah.
feed the beast. And
Exactly. It's like,
Yeah.
how bad do you want it? If
Right.
you want it bad enough, you'll get it.
Yeah.
But if it's like, oh, I want it, but like,
Yeah.
it's like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Mhm.
So I don't know. That's when my whole life changed. After that, I started making myself do like daily routines every single day. I just wrote down, okay, what do I want in my life?
Right.
And I was barely like in middle school. I didn't know what I wanted. But yeah, I was just like, I'm going to figure it out as I go, and just try my best. And ever since, that's how I met all these amazing people.
Yeah.
It was crazy. So after that, I went to high school. I had to go online because I was trying to have money just to have, because I was just extremely broke. And then so I was doing commercials, I was doing background stuff for like Netflix stuff, for Disney Channel stuff. So I'd have to miss a lot of school. And then what happened after that? So yeah, I'd have to miss a lot of school. I'd go to the jobs, and then I'd come back to school confused, not knowing anything about music, or not knowing anything like about math or English, any of that. So thank you. Yeah, my brain is like
I was about to go grab it, just so you know.
It's the middle of the place.
Yeah. Sorry. Anyways. So then eventually I was just like, yeah, I'll just do online. And then that's when COVID happened. And then once COVID happened was kind of when the ball kind of just stopped. Like it started rolling, and the next thing you know, stopped.
Yeah.
Because I at that point I had already been on Televisa. I had already been on Tengo Talento. Like I was just always doing all these things. So then after COVID, I was just like, damn, like this music stuff is way harder than I ever thought it was going to be. So then, even though it was still hard, I just kept going. I kept making music. I kept creating, because to me, without music, my life is nothing.
Right.
Like, that's all I know.
Yeah.
You know, like, without singing, like, that's me. That's my identity.
Yeah.
You know, it's bad to say, but, like, it really is, like, what it is. So after that, I go to an art school, and I graduate at the art school. And at that point, I feel like I don't know how I'm going to do this. If I have to go after this for the next 30 years so I could accomplish my dreams, then so be it. But I don't mind. If I have to keep working hard, that's fine. So at that point I was just like, I need to get a job. I need to get some type of job. So I had already gotten a job at a little restaurant, kind of like fast food place. And then when I was 15, and then after that, that's when I went to a gym. I started working at a gym because I was like, where can I work that like I know I'll enjoy it. So I was like, I love working out at the gym. So let me just go there. So I started going there, and then like 4 months later was when I met one of my business partners, and then he introduced
Arvel.
me. Yeah, Arvel, and then he introduced me to Cozy, and then Cozy introduced me to Hen-Gee, and then we all kind of created like this team. And then he introduced me to a DJ in TJ that's been helping me in Rosarito. His name
Billy
is
Knight.
Billy Knight, DJ Billy Knight. So ever since, it's been a whole team of tours. We've been doing touring, school tours in LA, in San Diego, in TJ, Rosarito,
Ensenada.
Ensenada, and it's been going really like amazing.
And they don't have school
Amazing.
tours in Mexico. She's the
Yeah.
first one.
Yeah, so we
Wow.
wanted to do something new, do something out of the box, and we have more plans. We have a lot more plans that are like in Mexico that's like out of the box that we feel like is gonna do really, really good too when it comes to helping a lot of people. Where I was thinking of, well, me and Cozy were actually just talking about it recently. We were thinking of me singing at a bunch of different restaurants, having tips, and taking all those tips to all the people that are homeless, that need food and all that, and just spreading more awareness on that, and just letting people know like we got to give back to our people, you know?
Yeah.
So-
Yeah. I mean, I think that you cannot overstate the power of giving back to your
Oh,
community,
yeah.
you know?
definitely.
And let me just, Hen,
Mm-hmm.
you've worked with some of the greatest artists of our time, right?
Yes.
And, you know, I'm listening to Rubyana. How, like, clearly she has magic,
Yes.
right? And I
Thank
don't mean
you.
to talk about you like you're not here, but
No,
you've
you're
got
here.
that
Thank
magic,
you.
you know, the sparkle, the rare,
Thank you.
Yeah,
that
hard.
rare light, you know. How do you spot talent, right? Like talent that's got the magic that a
Mhm.
Rubyana, right? Like, is it innate? Is it that hunger that she was talking about? You know, the need to feed the fire in your belly. Like, how do you spot talent? And like, how do you spot talent in people who are not assholes, right?
I mean, that's a hard thing, right?
Right,
There, you know,
like-
because once they start feeling themselves, it's over.
Yeah.
You know, you can develop
true.
them, and at the end of the day, they forgot the developer.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So Rubyana, her mom, I see a perfect example. She's a sweetheart. So the daughter, she wants to do it, even when we're not around. She's doing it regardless of the fact.
Right.
And then she had a history before us, so that was cool. So when she met up with us, we just put it together, and it became stronger.
Right.
So, and with talent, you know, it's unfortunate these days. It's just they know everything because of the social media.
Yeah.
era.
And AI
You know?
now
And,
too.
oh,
like,
AI is ridiculous.
yeah. How do
Yeah.
you, like, what separates a great talent from, you know, a less great talent? Or maybe some people who are less talented, but
Mhm.
still have that, you know, the fire and the
Sparkle.
spirit, right? Like,
Mhm.
how does that work? Is it magic? Is it science? Like, how does that all come together? Because talking to Rubyana, to me, it feels like magic.
Thank you.
Well,
I
she's
appreciate that.
loyal to the soul, to herself.
Right.
That's where it starts. You know what
Right.
I mean? So she
Yeah.
just explained what she was as a teen, which she still is a teen, but a younger teen. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So
She's
she
got a
said-
wise soul, though.
Yeah, so yeah, that explains any everything. So like myself, when I started, it was no money.
Yeah.
It was no money.
You cannot chase money. It
No.
cannot be your
Exactly.
primary goal in anything.
If,
Yeah.
if you do, you end up
You
miserable.
unhappy,
Yeah.
right? You
Yeah.
know,
Fake
like
friends.
unfulfilled.
Fake friends,
Yeah.
Yeah,
Exactly.
but I think that with with social media and with the access we have, like there's a lot of that hollowness, right? Artists who are
oh my
hollow,
goodness, tell me about it.
you know, and humans who are hollow, chasing money and influence and eyeballs and,
And slime
followers.
buckets too.
And slime buckets,
'Cause,
mainly slime buckets.
Rubyana, she's open on her social media, so she'll meet some people because they've been tapping in some big cats, and then she gets disappointed because the slime side comes out. But fortunately, she shows us, so she's learning the game. She's in a sense fans of those guys until they start asking her out and saying some things outside of the music. And then and thank God she shows
that?
us.
Oh, that's what a slime. I was like, what is a slime ball in my head?
The guy that texted you.
Now I know what. Yeah, now I know.
Like, how do you like? There's going to be haters. Social media just makes you are an easy target. Definitely. And there's going to be trolls and haters and people who are ugly about things. And, like, you cannot let that define your happiness. Right? So what is the plan to manage that as an up and coming artist? Right?
Honestly, I see a mix of everything. I see a mix of of comments where it's like super heartfelt and it's like, oh, it's so nice seeing you today in person. It was nice taking pictures with you. Like, you inspire me so much. And then there's like the most disgusting messages you'll ever see. Yeah. And I feel like there's nothing I could really do about it.
No.
I just ignore it.
You have to ignore it, and you can't let it. Yeah,
like you have to have thick skin, especially when it comes to people just saying the most craziest things in the comments. Just always. I don't take it personally because it's like, if you are hating on someone else so much, I can only imagine how much you hate yourself. Yeah, like someone that doesn't hate themselves, someone that's happy, is too busy being happy, doing their own thing. So it's like their karma is already with them. They already have that negativity inside them. Yeah. So honestly, I do feel bad for them.
Some of them don't know, though, that they're negative. They're trying to make moves. It works in some cases, but not for you, because you're learning. You're amongst guys that's developing you and sharing with you what to do when that comes. I'm not used to blocking. If you don't like me, I'm gonna show you. I'm a change the narrative. I'm gonna do some fly stuff. Yeah. Even hitting the pool table in Mexico, because they don't go to Mexico as much as we do. Right. Like, just having fun stuff. That's how I do. I never blocked anyone in my entire life. I don't understand why people block people, but it's kind of weird because I'm kind of direct. If you don't like me, it's cool. Yeah. And I don't have a problem with that.
Exactly.
It's cool. It's not.
Yeah. How do you advise, young talent like Rubyana on, social media is so fucking amazing what you can do with it. Fuck yeah. Okay. Have you met me? I'm from Colorado, right? You get. Mile High. All right. Yeah. To me, Arab Spring, it caused an entire, and advocated entire political change in different parts of the world. You can build an entire community for free on social media. Yeah. The power of it is undeniable, but the ugly underbelly is also there.
It comes with it.
It comes with it.
It always comes with it.
Is it worth it? What is how do you advise on, because you've seen, the whole story arc of social media in culture and music, the power it has to make and break people. Mm-hmm. What is your take on it? How artists and humans, mortals, the rest of us mortals who are not artists, can maximize the power of social media, but not get sucked into the vortex of being, an influencer, right? Mm-hmm. Like that is again a hollow pursuit, right? Like, what is your advice on that?
Well, Rubyana said a handful, be yourself, move forward, The social media, I see guys sitting in front of Bentleys and they still live in a one apartment, in the hood. So that's their thing. Just got to keep it real and be around people that basically can uplift you. They're on the radio, online, they tell you where people are going to bookstores, like real influencers, like the Denzel Washingtons. If he was to write a book, he'd be at the Grove, where my son works at the bookstore over there. Snoop Dogg goes over there. Snoop don't smoke weed when he's promoting his book, so he's at his best behavior. You know what I mean? So you go over there where it's right, where the kids is at. It depends on your type of music. I wouldn't tell NWA to go where the kids is at. You know what I mean? Ice-T goes because he's a TV star as well and all that. Dre is a billionaire. We've grown up. Right. So you just got to be around the right people that have been through the struggle and survived the struggle. Because a lot of us have been through it. We did the cop killer. Ice-T did cop killer. We were getting chased out of every city. They said, don't do that song. Ice was like, okay, they don't want me to do the song. He puts the middle finger up, does it, then you got to sneak out the back and get out the city. So there's a lot of chances that we took, but you just got to just keep it real.
Yeah.
Be yourself. If you're a jerk, be a jerk. You know what I
Right.
mean? If you're not, there's some jerks that blow up because they're themselves. People can relate to them.
Yeah.
If you're a nice person, you can see whether, you are or not. Depends on your travels. Like you've read the story on us when Robert introduced you to us, so you know who we are. So that's what it is. Just keep it real.
Yeah.
That's all. Be yourself and relax.
I love that advice because I think if more people would relax and chill, it would be a much better world. You were just talking about something, and it struck me as something that we should maybe, poke into a little bit more.
Sure.
But talking about authenticity, right? Keep it real.
Mm-hmm.
Be honest. Be your true self. What does that fucking even mean? Because when I'm talking to Rubyana, like, she's chill. She's comfortable in she's wearing fucking tennis shoes with her, with her harem outfit, right? Like she is unapologetically, you are who you are. How do you, as an artist, an entrepreneur, how do you keep it real? What does authenticity mean?
I just look at those that made it before, that's older than me, and I follow that because there's a template that's been set before I got there. There's older stars that really, you could see them looking crazy in movies, and like, for instance, like Mark Wahlberg, that's my boy.
Yeah.
He looked crazy on TV, but he's the nicest guy. Back in the days, he used to be part of the Boys and Girls Club. I have a lot to do with giving back to the community, a lot. So I love doing that because they'll accept you that way. We do school tours and then we go to the fast food spot near the area when they're older. You went to my school. That happened to Rubyana in Mexico. Her heart was like, oh my God.
Oh, yeah. It was the first time that it happened to me.
Really?
Yeah. I asked the guy, I said, yo, ella canta también, ella canta. And then he had the phone and pulled the phone up and showed her Instagram.
We were ordering some food, and then he randomly just pulled up my phone and then showed me my Instagram, and I was like, "Oh, that's crazy!"
I taped it, by the way.
That's awesome.
So it's crazy. We started from sitting at a swap meet to now. Like that's wild. It's just this year was the year that everything kind of like felt like the boomerang just came back.
Yeah, and you're just at the, your story arc is just beginning.
Yeah.
Right? Like, how do you keep that trajectory, right? How do you stay real and authentic, relaxed, unbothered by trolls? What's going to drive you to the next level you want to get to besides Hen-Gee's excellent wisdom and mentorship, right?
Sorry. Were you gonna say something else?
No, that was it.
Okay. Sorry, I don't want to be
No, you're good.
So, I noticed that throughout going to events, meeting all of these new people in the music industry, when it comes to like Mexican people and all that, I noticed that people could tell when you're trying to be someone you're not. You could feel it. It's all energy. Yep. Everything is energy. So when you're like, when you're yourself, like when you're just chilling, like if you're someone that's super energetic, and sometimes I'm not gonna lie, I am super energetic. I'm like, if I get excited, I'll be jumping up and down, and it's just who I am, because I just do whatever feels good. Like if it feels natural for me, I'm just gonna do that. And I see that other people try very hard. They try to be someone they're not at other events, at other different events in LA. You could just tell.
Yeah.
And other people can tell too. And so yeah, and then there was another question you asked me. Damn, I don't remember.
It's all right. We'll come back to it. Just like the trajectory that you're on and how you keep that momentum that you've got, right? Like that authenticity, that magic, right? And maybe this is a question for you. Like when you look at artists who have been through, the machine of, labels and producers and managers and agents, and they come out on the other side damaged, like a Britney Spears, Amanda Bynes. How do you, what is the secret to not getting damaged through the process of growth?
To have a great team.
Yeah, I was just about to say that.
You have to have a
Make
great
sure you're
partner.
surrounding yourself with some good people.
Yeah. I think that's simply answered.
Yeah.
On that one, you just got to be around. When you say be yourself, you might be an asshole. I mean,
Yeah,
you might
there
be
are a
some-
lot of assholes.
Yes.
Yeah, and the key is to not become one.
Yeah, exactly. That's
Yeah.
it. Yeah. So you just keep it real and have a good team around you. Like some people have both their parents when they grew up. I was
Right.
fortunate to have that. I know a lot of friends of mine that don't. So they don't know that they're scarred. But
Right.
a lot of them are unfortunately scarred. Some of them got attached, like my brother and I, to Ice-T. He led us a different direction.
Yeah.
Which is positive. So we showed him, let's have fun with it. And then
Yeah.
I seen us with a lot of Latinas too, because we're from Honduras. So
Yeah.
that helped too.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, it's such an amazing story, and I know you've got other interviews you need to do.
I'm so sorry.
No.
I honestly
but
hate that
I got
answer.
one
Sound
more
like
question.
Hollywood. No, I'm
No,
joking.
I'm not trying to.
I'm joking.
I'm not trying to.
I'm
You
just
never,
joking.
ever have to apologize. You have been so generous with your time, both of
Thank
you. But, before we end, I would love to hear your advice, like your top piece of advice for artists, like for you. Like, what is your advice? What should you do to become successful and to keep that fire in your belly? Like, what is that? Let's start with you, Rubyana, because you got to get on this next interview. And we're not messing around
feel
here.
horrible that
We're
I
just
have to do
keeping a
that.
schedule.
Thank you. I would say, from what I've learned, like you said, like it does feel like I'm just officially now starting.
Yeah.
Everything else kind of felt like practice. I would say if you are an artist and you're aspiring to get into music somehow, I would say stick to it if it's something that you would do for free. If
Yeah.
it's not something that you would do for free, I would say look for a new passion, look for a new hobby where you would do it for free.
I love that. I
'cause
love that.
In the music industry, it's a long ride, and it's about the journey. It's not about the destination. Every experience is always something that you can learn from. So that's what I think.
That's beautiful. Yeah,
Thank
I
you.
agree. And I love that any time in my life I've ever chased money, and I have done it a few times,
Yeah,
I have
we all
ended
have
up
at some point.
miserable.
Exactly.
Absolutely miserable.
Exactly.
Yeah. So I
Exactly.
think it's really good advice. And
Thank
what
you.
about you, Hen-Gee?
Well, just be yourself. People have heard of DMX, Old Dirty Bastard. Those
Yeah.
guys. They looked at them like they lost their minds, but look where the peak that they've reached,
Yeah.
being themselves. Old Dirty Bastard showed him getting his food stamps with all of his kids riding around New York City.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But then he did a record with Mariah Carey. So just be yourself. Just do you. You know what's idiotic. You know what's disrespectful. Just be respectful and do what you do.
Yeah.
You might entertain in different ways. You might be the serious guy, or you might be the guy that has a sense of humor. My friends always tell me, "Why you ain't do comedy, man?" I said, "Because that's not me."
Right.
Because I'm always throwing jokes here and the left, but I'm not gonna, show that. But just be yourself. Do what you do, what
Yeah.
you naturally do, organically,
I think that is
and
wise.
be true to your art. Be true to your art and respect people. Respect everybody.
Yeah.
And don't tell nobody, don't listen to anybody that says that you can't do it. But, if you like it, you want to do it, do your thing. Do the damn thing.
Do the damn thing.
Yeah, do the damn thing.
Do the damn thing.
I'm going to copyright that. Got that, Rob?
You gotta do the
Yeah.
damn thing. I want a T-shirt.
Mike
with
got
that
Michael
on it.
Jordan got do it. I said, do the damn thing.
I
You
think
gotta
do the
copyright
damn
that.
thing.
Yeah.
No disrespect is way better.
Let's do it,
Yeah,
guys.
Let's start a
Yeah.
movement.
Damn thing. Yeah.
All right.
I
Well,
wanted
did you
to
want to
say-
say one more thing?
Yeah, I did want to say one more thing. I feel like I can't believe I forgot this. I don't know why, but I feel like for some reason this has made a huge difference. But every night and every morning, I have like a playlist of songs that are like super inspiring songs, and then I just put it to my ear and I close my eyes for like 2 minutes. I just literally visualize everything I want in my life, and every time I do it, like something like crazy happens, like consistently. So I know it might sound, to some people it might sound like some wishy-washy stuff, but for real, like manifestation is a real thing. You gotta believe in yourself. You have to envision it. You have to, if you could see it in your mind, you could see it in real life.
Yeah.
So that's
Yeah,
what I
and
think.
it's also a ritual, right? Like
Yeah,
rituals of
exactly.
inspiration really
Exactly.
help
It really is.
move you forward and
It
give you
keeps you
that
going.
confidence, right? It's
Exactly.
really awesome.
Yeah.
All right. Well,
Well, thank you guys
this has
so
been
much.
awesome. I am we
has.
are so grateful to have you both here. Like that is just like a bonus to have two
Thank
people on the
you.
purple scary couch. So
I'd
thank you both for
Thank
joining
you.
us.
I was-
like to thank my
I
man
hope I
Robert Madison, and thank you for
Yeah,
having us.
Robert
thank you for
Madsen.
having
So-
us, for real.
Getting it done.
Yeah, I hope I can come back and that time, like, with no rush.
and I wish you so much
Thank
success.
you.
You clearly are going places. Your
Thank
energy is
you.
infectious.
She got to
Oh,
go to an interview,
I appreciate it.
actually.
I know,
like,
you got it.
a minute ago. Rob
Oh
just
my
took a
God,
flick
you're
real
late.
quick.